The Nixon Presidential Library and Museum presents Conversation 744-16, which took place on June 30th, 1972.
This is Clifford Evans at the White House talking with President Nixon. Mr. President, the other day I asked you a baseball question and we were interrupted. I asked you to name the greatest players in baseball. Can you tell me how you arrived at your conclusions?
Well, first I found out that trying to answer your question, if you recall, I said, yes, I'd be glad to give it to you. It was about as hard a task as I'd ever undertaken. To select a team of 9 was just too hard for me to do. So what happened was that Sunday after this conference, on Thursday, I was up at Camp David with David Eisenhower, who's a great baseball fan. And we took up some of the record books and the rest. And we decided to start in the year 1925, which was the year when I was 12 years old and first began to read sports pages and follow baseball. And we took it up to the present time, and we broke it down to the post-war period and the pre-war period, and picked National League and American League teams for both periods. But then I found it was hard to even pick 9 there, and so I really picked a team rather than just the best 9. A team always carries 2 catchers at least, so I picked 2 catchers for each game. A team always carries at least 5 pitchers, more than 5 pitchers, but I picked 5 starting pitchers and 1 reliever for each team, and naturally the manager. I still didn't get in all the people that I thought were great, but I did pick the stars that I either had seen in person, or that I had seen on television, or that I had followed in the sports pages. So consequently, if I left somebody off, and I'm sure I have left somebody off, it's because I didn't happen to follow them. As it was one of the most enjoyable things I've done, because we had a fine afternoon. It was raining a bit that afternoon at Camp David. We couldn't go outside, so we pored over these numbers and these names and all the fascinating stories of the great men in baseball for 2 or 3 hours. And then after that, I dictated it in the dictaphone, dictated the story that I've given to you, which you're welcome to use.
I have it here, and it's actually a fascinating list. There is one category, Mr. President, that you included. You addressed yourself to the most courageous baseball player.
Well, the most courageous baseball player, it's got to be Lou Gehrig. Of course, his courage has been made immortal by the motion picture about him, which brings tears to your eyes even when you see it the second time, and I have seen it twice. And that wonderful scene at Yankee Stadium when he played his last game. It said that this was the greatest moment of his life. The whole stadium virtually broke down in tears. Also, I have another connection with Lou Gehrig I'm very proud of. His wife writes me from time to time. When I made a very hard decision with regard to the war in Vietnam, she wrote a letter and said that she admired the courage that I had demonstrated. I'm not trying to talk and saying that, but it was to have Mrs. Lou Gehrig write a note of that sort to me, kind of a great deal to me. Now, the other one, of course, the other one I did add in my story that appealed to me a great deal was Red Schoendienst, because that's more in modern time. Here was a great second baseman. Tuberculosis had struck him down, yet he came back to play again, of course, to manage again. That meant a great deal to me because my older brother died of tuberculosis when I was in my second year of college, and he had it for 5 years, so that left a mark on my memory and on our family. And to see a man get tuberculosis and then come back and play again in the big leagues, I thought demonstrated courage at its highest. Now, there are many other courageous things in baseball, but it's in my own memory, Gehrig and Schoendienst is top of the list.
You have time for one more question, Mr. President.
Sure.
As America's #1 sports fan, is there one event, one moment, which to you is most exciting in all the sports events that you've seen over the years?
Series for perhaps a generation. But he said, going clear back to the days of Pie Traynor, when they had some great teams. But he said the whole state of the Pirates stadium stood up and simply cheered for 5 minutes after Mazeroski hit that grand slam and won the World Series. So that had to be a great moment. The one that is very close to it is also one that I did not see or read about, and that was Thomson's home run, which did not win a World Series, but which won the pennant for the Giants over the Dodgers. When the Giants came into August, 12 games or 14 games out of first place, and put on a terrific streak, caught the Dodgers at the end of the season, and then Bobby Thomson clouded again a grand slammer to beat the Dodgers and put the Giants over the top. I think it's the grand slam that wins the big game that has to be the most exciting thing in baseball.
Thank you, Mr. President. Clifford Evans, Washington correspondent, RKO General Broadcasting at the White House.
Thank you, sir. Those are not in the stories, so that gives you something.
I saw Larson pitch that perfect one.
You saw the perfect one. Incidentally, of course, the thing I mentioned in this story, I did see the breaking of the strikeout record.
Oh,
I was there,
yeah.
by the Dodgers.
Sandy
Koufax. And I remember one thing in particular that day. As he neared the record, had 14, a batter was up, and he had 2 strikes on him. And the batter hit a slow roller down the third base line. And everybody in the stadium, like that, said, out, because otherwise he'd have been out, and it would not have upside. And the balls just trickled foul, and then he struck him out the next pitch.
For more information, please visit www.nixonlibrary.gov.